Okay, I think you know how to handle that thing. All right, Jim, have fun, enjoy.
The ancient Greek philosophers, specifically the Stoics.
Stand closer. It's not easy being a sound. It's not easy being a sound guy with guys like you hold the microphone.
All right, how's this? All right, we'll keep it this way. Very good. The ancient Greek philosopher Stoics had this curious practice of when they got up in the morning, they would remind themselves that this might be their last day on earth. Some of them even went so far as to carry some object about their person that they could take out during the day to remind them of the same thing. They called it memento mori. And I always thought that waking up in the morning and reminding yourself you might die that day, or carrying around an object to remind you of the same thing, was kind of a questionable way of, starting your day on the right foot or continuing in a helpful direction. But I had occasion to revisit that just about a month ago. I was elk hunting, bow hunting for elk, somewhere between Hovack and Alpine, up in the hills over the Snake River Canyon. And it was a 7-day hunting trip back out in the middle of beyond on horseback. And unfortunately, it had rained every day for the prior several days. And the one afternoon, we're on this very narrow elk trail with a drop off on one side, a cliff on the other, and we're coming around the bend. 4 of us, an outfitter, myself, another hunter, and a guide. And I see the outfitter's horse start to slide in the mud on the trail. And as it got to the edge of the trail, the elk path, the ground gave way. And it started doing one of those Wile E. Coyote things of, just running in air. And it started to go down. And the outfitter, a much younger, more agile guy than myself, was able to jump off the horse just as it started falling and grabbed onto sagebrush or something like that and managed to rescue himself. But the horse went down. And my horse is right behind it, and it goes apeshit. The only problem is it had no place to go apeshit to, because there's a ravine on one side, cliff on the other. The path up ahead has fallen away, it's gone. And behind him are 2 other horses blocking the escape, assuming he could turn around. So it did what it could do, which is get up on its hind legs, start pouring the air like Tonto and what's his name, the Long Ranger, Ohio Silver, and just screaming its head off, as I imagine I was too. I'm holding on for dear life. And, finally, fortunately, the horse that went down only went about 30 to 50 yards, and it got hung up in some aspens. So it was fine, it wasn't hurt. We were able to, get it out eventually. My horse finally calmed down. And more or less all was well that ended well. So we're back in the camp that night and going over the day's events and our little white knuckle adventure. And the guy who was in the rear horse says to me at a certain point, "And you, what were you laughing about?" My buddy's up there hanging on for dear life. You're about to go down next, and you're laughing. What gives? And I hadn't realized it, but I guess I was laughing because, I'm looking at my own mortality. Not that I was thinking about the Stoics, but I'm thinking to myself, back up. I have cancer, and I've had it for about 8 years. And it's the form that, doesn't have a very long shelf life, although I'm told I'm an outlier, which is medical speak for we have no idea why you're still with us. But in that moment, as I'm holding on for dear life, the thought occurs to me, guess it isn't going to be the cancer that treat every day as if it might be your last. And while I don't necessarily think that's the best way to start your day, I have been thinking about making my own memento mori. And the idea I have in mind is that advertisement above the $1 Million Cowboy Bar, you know, the guy with one hand on the pommel, one hat in the other hand twirling around because he knows what he's doing. But for me, I'm thinking a good one would be an old guy, white hair, white beard, both hands on the horn, and a face with an expression like Van Gogh's, you know, Scream. I don't know, you know, I'm not going to start my day thinking about my own mortality. I may make myself a little memento mori, and you know, whether it works or not to improve my life is questionable. I'm going to give it a shot.